got a slight shake up on each team as we just travel through the universe. We got ourselves Sneaky as a Boomy with Fear Lord Booster coming in as a Shadow Priest. Gonna show us how to blow people's minds with Mind Blast. Suracrus as a Monk. We got Name XD as a Rogue. And Zachary as another Monk. Versus Team 1, we got ourselves slight switch up with Palinstor. My man looking like a chess piece, dude. Looking like the bishop piece. But as a pal, we got a Flexing Cutie here as well as Wargren. More survival with Wargren, by the looks of it. Got us a Swervy, and we got us a Chicago. I do like the Maki gut going on. Just bones upon bones upon bones. Are you trying to be Mary Poppins? Is that what's going on? You're Mary Poppins. You did it. Flexing gonna be first up. It looks like versus Zachary, setting up traps for him on around every corner. Zachary is gonna have to go the long way around, and Flexing looking to meet him with some dots off the bat, cleaning him of all the buffs that Zachary has. I don't really know what buffs he would get. I guess the Fear Lord priest buff, right? I guess he would clear that one. Zachary, they're trying to make the most damage happen here, but Flexing backing it up, though. I guess Zachary does have Resonant Shot. You will not be able to do much without Veil. If I could harpoon and interrupt you, that's going to be Karma on the pet, as he actually is in a kill shot range already. It looks like Zachary is still playing are you still Ring of Peace? I don't think he's good Karma. I think he's still Ring of Peace. Flexing is going to get disarmed, though, by Zachary, changing up talents just slightly. He's going to get a Trinket out of that freezing trap. Flexing could go for a big go next unavailable. Does Harpoon to Zachary to keep him rooted for a second. Nades flying kill shot probably coming out very, very soon. Lexi comes out. Flexing chooses to Trinket. Maybe a little late. Maybe a little late. Probably could have saved that Trinket because it looked like the dots on the pet were doing work to Zachary. I actually just kited him around. I know it sounds super fun. Kind of annoying when hunters just kite you around, but a good hunter will do you like that. Yeah, that was nutty, Zach. It was actually nuts, dude. That was nuts. I get kited by them as rogue all the time, dude. It's rough out there, man. It's rough. Plus, when heroes are becoming, yeah, no, with hunters, man. Survival, they just can't get in melee. They're pretty squishy. They actually just have to be in range. As a melee class in PvP, you basically do so much range, it's not even funny. Roots are the Flexing as well as the pet. It's so weird to watch those roots kind of grow from under the chains. It is weird. It actually looks kind of mildly creepy. And you just see the actual roots just growing from the ground. But it's nice attention by Blizzard for detail. Sneaky, not only look at all that good. Massive Convoke available, trying to make the burst happen. It looks like he's bursting into the pet. That Rapture is down for the count, trying to revive a pet. I'm Flexing, looking maybe for a reset. Trap available for Sneaky. Does he throw a freezing trap on him? Probably next trap might be a freezing. Nope, steel trap. Has a Trinket for it if he wants to know. Power shifting out of it, actually. Why did I think he would have to freeze and trap it? Dots is still up with the Flexing. Wait, no, they're not. Feign deathed it. And he's going to get himself a pet. He threw down a Rain Starfall, trying to see if he can get Flexing out. Looks like he's picking up the eye. Flexing still hasn't gotten the pet. That's actually so good for Sneaky right now. Actually keeping Flexing down. Is he going to go for another pet revival? If Sneaky can get over there quickly, yeah, it looks like he's going to get the pet. Unless Sneaky can somehow just sprint over there. It looks like that is a pet available for Flexing. Getting that utility from the pet is going to go for that stun onto Sneaky with a Resonator and Arrow. Lots of damage through the wall, and Sneaky can go for Thorns, but that's really about all he can do. Trying to see if he can get himself out of that tar trap, but he keeps constantly slowing him while he's inside of it. Can't even power shift out of the tar trap. Just makes it that much harder for a druid to get out of it. With Flexing going for a quick feign death, getting so much range damage with Sneaky. Just uses the kill shots as the trap set up, so he has nowhere to go. It looks like Flexing is gonna hunt him down. Rexar will be proud. And name. Why do I call him name meme? Trinket auto name turtle shell for Flexing. Perfect turtle usage there. A name looking for a bit of a reset. Has Hunter's Mark on him. Does stun the pet. That's going to be traps around the corner. And name still has that Hunter's Mark. Is he going to send the pet at him? Because Rogue has no Trinket. This could be really bad for him. He's setting the pet. Shadow Step. He's only a Shadow Step away. Might just turn the damage and attention to the pet. Looks like he's going to backstab it for a couple common points. It looks like it's going to be a Harpoon by Flexing. Freezing Trap on a Name. Name could have a lot of damage. Flexing has a Trinket, though, for this next stun. Stuns Name, not let him go anywhere. Trying to make as much damage happen as he can right now. Vanish comes out with the Cloak of Shadows. Flare is available. The pet is still... How did the pet get an auto attack while he vanished? What is that? What was that? Was that the Resonator shot? Is that what happened? Camo available for Flexing. Looks like both of them are going to catch a reset. Name did Trinket. Does have evasion. Cloak of Shadows not available. Vanish not available. Does have... Shadow Blades, Shadowy Duel, which I don't think would help you here. And at least one... Oh, he's playing one-shotter dance? Is he going for the big one-shotter? It looks like he does get caught in the trap. Flare right next to him, so close, but he knows he's in a flare. He knows he's in a flare. Or in a trap. Freezing trap. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Does Flexi have a stun? If Flexi has a stun, that'll be all kinds of BM. Oh, he Shadow Striked him. Not for a Shadow Strike. Resonating shot. Should be able to get some damage, and the cheap shot does come out by the Rogue. Stun onto the Rogue, though. Lots of damage out of Flexi with that resonating. Blinds the pet. He's just taking so much damage to the face. Sipping Cup available. He has one Curing Cup in one hand. Normal Rogue Sipping Cup in the other. Just chugging him, dude. Chugging him. Catches over a restyle for just a quick second. Kiddish out of Flexi. He does have Spirit Sack available. It's Pet Sack up. Named Shadow Step at 2. Flexi trying to get the damage in. Freezing Trap stops him. He's so close to taking the Hunter out. He's so close every time. He's still holding on to evasion though. Trinkets out of there. Shadow Strikes to Flexing. Evasion is available if he wants it. Does he have Shadow Steps? Looks like steps are not. Oh, Shadow Step is available. Kidney Shot comes out. Dance is available. Does he Shadow Blades with it? Doesn't even need it. I think he has him there. Oh my god, name. Who are you? Who are you? It looks like Swerve is going to be up next. Hodge? I don't think name is making it out of there, man. He went in for the big all in all. Not much you can really do in that situation. That's what happens sometimes. Swervy does take him out with a big old set of wings. Big dammies. It looks like Fear Lord X is going to be next up. He still has plenty of people to go through. That's still 4 people on the enemy team. After Flexi just came in. A flex on these boys. Going to be a Void Torn onto Swerve. Lots of damage onto the Pala. Blind onto Fear Lord. Let's try to make sure not to heal himself too much with a Mind Game. Swapping up. He got himself a Bear Hat. I like the Bear Hat. Massive spell around the corner onto Fear Lord. Didn't massive spell the bubble, but he did dispel something. Interesting. Interesting. Big Mind Blast coming out for Fear Lord X. With a Greater Fate, in case Swerve was going to go for any stun or damage, he did go for at least one last verdict. I think it's last verdict, right? Temple's verdict, last verdict, final verdict. There's so many verdicts of Paladins, dude. They're just judging people. Judgmental. Just a little. Gonna be a fear on to Swerve as I tried to find where he was. Massive Void Torrent just gets him so low. Cannot heal himself with the Mind Games, and that's gonna be Fear Lord X. Try to see if he can port in there up close. Boomasaur, otherwise known as Fear Lord X, or otherwise known as Boomy Boom, otherwise known as Boomer, or Boomer for Rogue. Lots of damage to Swerve. What? Oh, he does recover quite a massive heal. Big heal just now. Massive crit from that. Lay on hand, not lay on hands. Word of Glory. Might as well be laying hands, honestly. It's still pretty strong. It's pretty good. It's still pretty good. It got nerfed, but it's still pretty good. Fear Lord trying to see if he can deal with the damage. Swerve getting those DPs stacked up, racked up. Gonna be another Void Torn while Void Form is up. That's extra damage. Swerve taking lots of damage himself. Stunned, Trinket out for Fear Lord X immediately as Swerve getting super low. It looks like he does get locked out with a Shadow Word Death. Just sends him to his doom. Who's up next? Is it Chicago? Oh, it looks like it is gonna be Chicago versus Fear Lord X. Looks like it is gonna be Chicago. Up next, basically healer versus Fear Lord. Got a lot of damage behind him. Lots of damage there. And he's going to give Chicago an opportunity to at least get behind the pillar. Not going to dot him up or anything as the honorable duels go. Nice Nether Drake, by the way, Chicago. How long did it take for you to farm it? Must have been a while, huh? Vamp. Oh, I was thinking Vamp Touch is going to come out for Fear Lord X, but looks like it's not going to happen. Into a Sky Fury. It should be lots of damage. Sounds like Chicago. Did they go for Trinket? Looks like it's going to be Mind Games in case Chicago tries to go for damage. And if Chicago does any kind of healing, they're just going to take damage from it. Does that legendary actually end up healing you through the dots and it helps for doing damage to you? I think it actually might be better for Fear Lord X because Chicago's legendary heals him for a ton. And it procs even off of dots with the Earth Shield. And it's quite huge. Fear on Chicago immediately does have Breach Tremor Totem available. That is nutty. Fear Lord does get hit with a lasso. Could disperse it if he needs to. 24% dampening. Needs to be very, very careful when he does it. Stun into Chicago, try to get the basic dots up and running. Needs himself a bunch of DPs in order to start regenerating a lot of his health and doing some damage back to Chicago. It looks like he's going to be in a really good spot. Trying to Door with Shadows next to Chicago. I don't know if he's playing the CC version of that ability. Taking out the totem immediately. Did Chicago try to go for a bit of a Fleshcraft? Or was that a Primordial Bolt? I feel like I couldn't tell if it was one or the other. Oh, I think it was Primordial Bolt. That was a Fleshcraft then for a second. I think he tried to go immunity because he does have the immunity to CC with Fleshcraft, which is nutty. Like Lasso onto Fear Lord, he does choose to disperse this. Dampen is getting higher, so he better recover on health. Coming out of that disperse. Oh, there goes Fleshcraft. I guess it might have been a proc of Primordial last time then. That's what it might have been. So this Fleshcraft immunity, now that Chicago has enough renown in order to get it, the final form, it's actually an interesting ability. It gives you CC immunity while you channel it, and for 4 seconds after you finish channeling. Gonna be mind games on the Chicago. It looks like that heal is actually gonna end up hurting him a lot. Big Void Torrent, wait, oh my goodness. He used the healing legendary against the shaman. With the mind games, the healing legendary just like, I gotta heal you, you're low on health, I have to heal you. And you're like, no, don't heal me. I'm in mind games. You're gonna hurt me. Bubble coming out for the Paladin. Big port available for Field Lord X. Gain some distance. But he doesn't really have a lot of damage. And Paladin is just lagging all over the screen. Field Lord, is he gonna be okay? Try to shot him in. Looks like the Paladin fell off the platform a couple times now. Try to shot him in through the damage. PI is available. Mind control is trying to MC Paladin store off of here. Live in it for a second. Oh my god. He's just trying to get cooldowns back. Shadow Man's. Does he have mobility? Mount up maybe? Greater Fate available very, very soon. NECC does get a stun on Palanster. Stun, trinkets out of it. Any mobility, Greater Fate is available. Does get a fear into Palanster. Is going to go for mind games in case Palanster goes for healing himself or damage to Fear Lord. He's going to hurt himself in confusion. And he actually almost just dotted him up and melted him. Crazy. Hey, that's going to be... Ooh. The Paladin is just lagging all over the place. That's what happens when you hit him with a mind control. They kind of like desync a little. It just looks weird. I think also Fear Lord sees it weird as well. Stun into Palanster. He's trying to make some damage happen. Mamba's coming out with a Void Torrent to follow. Palanster can't stop it. Oh my god. And Worgren isn't going to give Fear Lord X an opportunity to recover here. Immediate disperse as Worgren got some damage. That disperse barely taken in. It's taken in by Hangnail trying to heal Fear Lord. That disperse barely did much. Vampiric Embrace right after, just getting rotated, trying to live until he can get himself Greater Fate. Fear getting tricking it out for Wargrad. Does Fear Lord have a stun available sometime soon? Looks like he doesn't just yet. Just trying to live this as best as possible. Shadow Crash trying to make whatever dot damage he can. Single target damage to heal him a little bit. Shadow Men's are coming out. Wargrad could interrupt him. Freezing Trap comes out instead. And he does have Greater Fate. Try to steal or remove whatever buffs Fear Lord has. Has Greater Fate if necessary. Stun onto Wargrad. Can go for Shadowman. Maybe even dot him up. Just going for Shadowmans instead. Needs those Shadowmans. I wonder if you're running the Shadowman Lego. Would you run the Shadowman Lego as a Shadow Priest? Or a Flash Heal Lego, I guess? Flash of Light Lego? Or no, Flash Heal. Right? Gonna be Wargrand dropping down. Resonant Arrow. Gonna be Greater Fate for Field Lord. Trying to deny whatever damage he can to Wargrand. Is gonna get himself a port out of there. Still gonna get tagged by those dots and maybe even nades around the corner. Stun with the pet around the corner. Gonna be Fear Lord trinket out of it. Trying to get some dots happen. Fear onto Wargren. Might be perfect here. Does some mind games and Wargren is gonna feign death, removing all those. Oh, the Shadow Crash does get him out though, but he does remove all those negative effects from Fear Lord X as he does go for a massive PI there. Worgen just trying to keep sealing all the buffs off him. Remove the PI, just taking it off. Gonna be stunned Worgen. Massive Void Torrent. Could be big damage. Worgen does go for feign death. Turtle as well as Manic Bennett trying to get himself as much recovery as he can. Fear Lord also trying to go for as much recovery as he can. Shadowmans are actually looking very strong right now for Fear Lord. Worgen is in a tough spot right now. Disperse of Fear Lord's got cooldowns back. Worgen does have CC, does have camo, does have... Oh, no, not camo for a bit. Manic bandages are up though. At 53% damage, it's going to be tough. Might have recovered enough to maybe make a play here. Fear Lord, I don't think has any stuns for a bit. He does have a silence by the looks of it. But I don't think he has any stuns. Great Fading, just a walk at Worgen. Does have a stun by the looks of it. Mind Games is up. Has a Shadow Fiend available as well. Freezing Trap out Fear Lord. Does go for Feign Death, trying to remove the bandages. Remove the dots with the bandages. But looks like he didn't get too much dot removal. Shadow Crash does clip him. Does somehow clip him. Is going to go for a bit of a heal. Stun by the Hunter on the corner. Fear Lord doesn't have a defensive for this one. Taking all this damage through the box. Kills Shadow. Oh my goodness. Wargren actually did make it out of that duel against the Shadow Priest. Into a turtle against Surakas as they went in for every single defense. Trying to see if he could freeze him. Froze the Zuen instead, which probably might be actually a good freeze. Rooting down, Surakas does trick it out of it. Wargren feigned death for a moment, but I think it's over. Yep, you just exhausted everything you had against the Shadow. You won that duel. But at what cost? It looked like Fear Lord came in and you blasted some mines either way. But that duel at the end was Wargren wasn't going to give it up, dude. He wasn't going to give it up one bit. Wasn't going to give him an inch. Sometimes you guys go for really long duels, but I really like some of the long duels. Like the really close ones. Like it could be anyone's game.